Zdravím sousedé chat, vítám vás. Vítám vás na streamu na YouTube, ale i u videa na YouTube, u Aleškovo prvního playoff zápasu VCT EMEA. Come on. Uf, silný začátek. Kámo, nevadí, že si jeho tým jsou absolutní borci a mají ho 4 za 1. Come on, fellas. Pokud vyhraje Alešek tenhle zápas a ten další, je tam jakoby matematicky nějaká, jak to říct, matematicky tam je nějaký výpočet, že už může mít jistý champions. Pokud vyhraje 3 zápasy, tak je má jistý, takže a finále, takže pohoda.
Great shot delivered on the other side. On 10 HP now, he cannot defend that position. And it's Ruxic to run through an easy fight. One shot to the body regardless of what
ten nový skin, či ten nový Battle Pass skin. Jak se to za pěkný. Ručník.
And another followed up on with the ghost NAVI. They're making this really good. And it's all on Ruxic. A 3K that has left Ara all by himself.
Co tam vysral ten šurbíňo jako.
What a lights out start from this attack.
Já se hlásím, kámo, za šurbíňa. Me personally, I would win that fight, kámo. Me personally. Že Battle Pass nový už se dá koupit, ale ne? Jenom se nedá koupit tam banda, ale Battle Pass už je ve hře. Nebo ne? Já jsem ještě dneska nezapínal Valorant. Ano, Pavlíto, dneska pumpujem. Už jsem napumpoval chat, už jsem napumpoval. Účet jsem si založil. A mám 5 kódů na eneba.com ready. Už jsem dneska kupoval 5000 Valorant. Pro vás. Počkej, Alešek. Ekáčky nějaký, Alešku. Co se děje tady zatím?
Going to get back into the buy rounds. Early utility being expended. The start though is solid once again. This aggressive fight has not worked out for the side of GX after a huge win off the pistols, but well, I was going to say Cloud at least gives them a little bit of hope. The remaining 2 players going to repeat.
Já nestíhám normálně vnímat, co se děje.
Even the paranoia sent through, but Cloud again has managed to find another. He's trying to drag his team through this round, but look at the HP.
This guy's been such a menace. It's the second time we've seen him have this kind of impact from this area of the map. Late lurking on the KO.
Zase ta pozička stejná pro kozla. Kozel! Už 5 killů dal tady na tom místě, vole. To mělo víc, protože turnament. Oni dostali strašný out aim, out všechno, vole, ty Giants většinu kolo. Ok, zakřivil jsem to, omlouvám se. Omlouvám se. Revy nemělo 14 giga nikdy, vole. A main teďko než mělo dřív. To říkali Rauďáci, že tak bude. A ty updaty měly být rychlejší teďko. Díky tomu engineu. Shoes, Jagger, BBL. Ještě máš naději, Unk? Jagger, doufám, že si koupíš můj dres potom. Já ti ho olíznu. Alešek! Šťastnej, vole. Některý orgy to tak mají, že můžeš kupovat dresy.
They've not got much to work with anymore. That is an immediate shutdown. This looks like an eco. It's a full buy round, Tom. And NAVI have just come through the A side.
Bylo to pokuty, bylo to napomenutí a potom pokuty.
already. Contact play into the A site once again. Two players ready and waiting. West side. Well, you mentioned the headshot percentage. I don't even think he connected there. Night forward. Alexic's trying to sneak his way around the back. Both players have been revealed. They know exactly where they are. It's Ara though that strikes first.
Co dal Ara? Co dal Ara, vole, od Robina Zuta?
He's going to keep control over bathroom. But now knowing that there's three players here, they might decide to go back. But that is not Angel style. He presses forward. Finds West side.
Angel 9-4-5.
By now, 30 seconds, a decision needs to be made. They're either going to root these players from position, fight deep into this site, go teleporter, and plant on the other end. The decision's already made. They're committing. It's the wrong call from what we can see, but maybe they hope some players have left. Or to bait them out into a fight while the plant's going down. It's exactly what they've done.
Ty vole, Kozel měl ještě názor.
Left in a tough situation. Be the better one.
Jo, Pablo, Haven je fakt dobrá mapa. Haven může hrát jakoby na strašně způsobu, no je na tom rankingu.
Gives them that little bit of extra space. Flash out of it to try and retreat, but Flickless will be caught on the cross. 1-to-1 trades, but it's the op that makes the difference. They know the spike is here, but they don't know that Hero has already crossed in. That information coming with a heavy cost as Cloud now needs to make it. West side 1 and 7 looks like
Hero taky myslel timing.
Reakce. Is needed. He at least needs to survive as this plant's going down. The rotates coming in late from Grabinho.
On the operator wants to put himself into a more passive angle. Grabinho will be able to clear out a lot of mid. Get them.
Je to strašně vtipný, kámo. Je mi teda velší ranker v mých. To nepikuje, že nikdo. Byl celý akt z 300 ranky, jsem potkal jednoho. Že prostě úplně zabili toho TH, úplně, kámo. To se hrál všude předtím, jo, ale teď se nehraje nikde. What? Jak žije ručník? Kámo, ten má takovou životku. Ten má tak životní formu, ten ručník. Prvního teď si potkal o tom nerfu. To je crazy, no. Za mě ta postava je docela jako zajímavý design, mě ta postava jako nevadí natolik, aby museli jí smazat. Na jaký úrovni se pohybují platy v Tier 1 v Evropě? Tak tipni si.
This time, moving towards the B side, there won't be three players stood with pistols in hand. There won't be control. As already.
Víš, tak chytím taky emoce, Pablo, prostě. Jen tak.
Far behind. I feel like there was a little disconnect there. Alexic going in before the paranoia had been shot. Ruxic was going to swing it. Now there's a bit of danger too with Angel isolated, being pushed on. The knives come out. Cloud probably going to just chuck that rifle over to his buddy. Still, there is definitely a chance for this to spiral out of control as fights are not being won cleanly by NAVI, but time ticking. A 2 versus 2, Cloud super low, and now the last one standing, rifle on the ground. That was Westside carrying it. It'll be a 4K from Shao that gets them around that honestly top nightfall. The players backed out towards Elbow can reclaim that space and the deep push on A.
10k euro, 4k euro, tak kolik chat? Tak kolik? 10, 4, 7. 1k euro.
You have to look to Angel. He has to be cautious if he's re-clearing this, and if not, you want them to group up and push together. He's definitely worried about someone having pushed up, but Shao, he has no worries at all. It's a cleanup towards this site, leaving one of the back alone. Nice angle on Alexis, but still loses the fight.
Jsem mu flikl, kámo, ten neměl vyhrát ten duel, jakoby, to byl tak 30-70 duel, byl dobrý duel pro toho Grubíně, ale on je trošku jakoby disabled today.
Normally you'd see him take those battles, but I think in a playoffs match of pretty important proportions for him and the organization, and Westside on the other side, there isn't going to be any risks. I mentioned it earlier in the match, a few ults as well for NAVI, Alexic, even just retrieving the orb to get him the showstopper immediately used to take space. There's only one defender here, it's Westside, okay, he's gone unchecked.
Ale Westside se trochu rozestřílel už.
Leaving Ruxic a little lower. Shao
trying to
defend from the Shao's position being retaken, but it's Grabinho to come out on top. Alexic aggressive but the boombot hasn't connected onto him. Alexik. Now he's even going to take further space, but Cloud is aware. Keeps their advantage in their favor.
No extra space for Ruxic. And in comes the Cosmic Divide. Now problems start
to
move.
Knife goes deep.
Nope. Caught them. They can... Well, they could flash through. They don't have any left on Flickless. Ruxic's walked in. Had to confirm they weren't defusing. It comes at a heavy cost indeed. Now Angel, he's going to go for the knife on diffuser. Fails it. And, well, they've got
what
a
the
few
fuck?
brandished back towards him. Rubinho sticking it, gets it across the line, but...
Oh, it was also very close, wasn't it? I feel like there was a player like 1 kill behind.
Yeah. I thought it would be longer. The last time that he top fragged.
Hello.
Stage 2, okay, Ruxic.
Lost Rubinho already. That's all of your util in terms of your
nevím, to takhle to funguje ve Valorantu prostě. Nevím, jak tam je pořešený, ale myslím, že si to nevymýšlí, ty týpci to platí. Nevím, že to může fungovat zase jinak, vole. Angel, že přežil 1000 knížek, tak to je kep jak svině, vole. To je fyzicky nemožný, anebo týpek čte, kámo, takový ty trhačky, takový ty obrázkový knížky. 1000 knížek, vole. Za 35 let je totální kep, kámo, jebe ti. Jako 300 ještě v pohodě, kámo, ale 1000 knížek, kámo, ještě 35. A hraješ do toho, vole, je pičovina jak zbraky, kámo.
Already under pressure. Plenty coming his way, and Westside has managed to deal with him. Hero also on this side. Seems like they have an expectation of where he is. The spams are very good. Doesn't even realize that he's almost taken out Cloud in the same spray, and now with 20 seconds left, his teammates are starting to arrive. This time will go amiss.
To číslo, ani mu to tam napsali. Alexik, timing! Come on, fela, důležitý pistolky.
This has been so quick that Pal might still be in the building. We could get him up here to see if he still believes in this, because I think even he might not think that belief is everything in this one. Already an early fight lost. It's not getting any better.
Jo, Filipos. Taky už jsem takhle přečetl některé knížky. Jsem si jenom listoval, kámo, jo, tohle kapitola zajímavá a to tu nemusím. To jsem přečetl.
Hey, let's add another to the death toll. Only Cloud remains. I feel like he has been the sort of candle at the end of a very dark tunnel, if you're looking for a light at it. But even still, he's 8 and 13, and he is about to walk into everyone.
Jde přežít úplně v klidu 200 stranek za 4 hodiny.
Consistent value he's pulling out of it. That knife every single time finding the push.
Uňač má vyspíš přesných knížek? Kolik má uňač knížek?
This time just straight spam through the smoke. It doesn't help that Arrow's also incredibly low on HP. Even if he gets a showstopper, he won't be able to use it. That timing's not the best though.
GG by the way.
Actually also desperately low.
Yeah, that might just be a way back through. Angel's over aggression, coming back to bite them like that Prowler was. Cloud straight onto Xiao. The low HP spam, easy as can be. Snakebite might buy a bit of time, might force an unusual plant position, but they're going to fight into lamps now. GX, you talked about the light at the end of the tunnel with lamps secured. It looks like they may well have at least another round on the board. It's Ruxic and Hero, though. 2 players you can't underestimate in these clutches. And it's left down to Ruxic. As I said, a stat leader in this league for all of the important stats. They're lined up, sure, but that means there's 3 weapons.
Taky nad tím přemýšlím Eragis. Taky nad tím přemýšlím Eragis, že jakoby těch S-tier knížek, asi no. Pro jeho tým to může fungovat, pro jiný tým se může fungovat ten comeback mindset, ale jak je to v pohodě, no. Lepší než říct, vole, že brdáme na to. Je to možný, Franky.
A little bit unlucky. 9-4 immediately used. Now, they're not really going to be able to action much off that. In fact, Angel tried, and he gets taken out because of it. A 2-player advantage already. Like it's in NOVÍ's court.
Nevím, kámo, prostě nesedí mi k němu, vole. Za mě prostě knížky tě jako leveluje jako člověka, a mně prostě teď nepřijde jako nutně
left a lot to be desired. Alexik almost with
actually
able to retreat, but it's a bit of a bait. Trying to pull them into position, the nade even helping defend, trying to bait the TP, but Ara has managed at least to bring one back. It's not the greatest of starts. It's at least something.
I think that's just
Kdyby mě zajímalo, co za žánr čte, jako.
He put a smoke up, it stopped Alexic from being able to trade, but it would have allowed him to TP
Pojďte budou ty
safely
deníci
out.
malýho pasaroutky, ty jsem taky četl, ale...
Shrouded step play into. Angel's got a fight, showstopper active.
Aleš tam rozlomí stůl. Aleš tam rozlomí stůl. A Cloud dělá co? Proč jde full blind se projít? Tak GG teda. To takovýmhle stylem projebou.
Cage triggered.
Quite managed to claim that accolade, but there's always another map.
How's he alive?
He's so
Disgusting aim.
sent to the afterlife. He's alive inside that poison orb, but not for long.
Yeah, Cloud, again, he was one of the players that still looked
A
like
stejně neumřel.
Now, well, retake should be almost impossible.
Jako je to tak, no. To je impossible ten retake, pokud to netrounou. Actually impossible, no.
So finding anything here will be off the back of more so mistakes from GX. This is such a powerful crossfire to have when there's no paranoia to put through on the other side. Grabinho already will kick things off on the cross, and these remaining two, they should just get shut down relatively easy.
Should fly under the radar when they eventually come to push in, but he's now crossing.
I am not liking this.
Whether players are actually coming in this direction.
I'm not liking this position.
This is a full C-long play, but he gets back. Not into the corner though. Sticks around for the info. It ends up costing him his life. Nice angle taken by Hero, but only.
Alexik bejčit.
Alexic there to trade him out at least, and a 3v3 ensues with rifles in their
Co to
hands.
znamená
40 seconds. No
KSN?
real fallback for GX now. They're too deep into the site. They'll lose at
Oh,
least
kdyby mu dal Aleš.
left side down. This is looking done.
Nice za 3.
Yeah, a big round from Alexic in the end.
Team on short on long turnaround, but they're already too deep. They've taken site control, but with Angel going down, that's a key piece of map control taken.
A zdravíme prezidento.
Your scan is to try and maybe put a dart in that will get you.
Na této straně naštěstí se chytat tolik nebude, no, ale na druhé straně asi jo. To je pravda, Mini, to je pravda, to měl vždycky tak, ale... Názor.
There was a 1-2 punch on short, but he manages to win it. Alexic has got very far into the site, and the fight back is not going
W
well.
retake 4v5, come on. Gor. Hraje prostě od rána.
Really looking to try and just do this as quickly as possible. Great start from Ara as well. That'll be the ultimate online. Well, after losing their initial foothold, again, it has to just be a fallback and try and play the retake.
This time there'll be nobody.
Stačí 2 dobrý klipy dohromady, Mini 3 vteřinový videjko, kámo, a už lítá.
To be focused forward. Even then, Cloud is checking behind just in case. Xiao could always shrouded step across. He could make a cheeky play, but no. This will be a one-pronged attack. Back into the site for NAVI, and in the smokes, a pre-fire comes out. That's devastating. They knew that they were gearing up on the other side, and GX strike early. West side! We've talked about him!
I hate it.
The headshot percentage unmatched in EMEA.
Ten poslední flick s jetkou a stál v tom B mainu prostě. A mít to locked. A mají si tipnout, jestli tam stál, anebo jestli chodil tam, vole, ušivat Bčko, píkovat do midlinku. Před Bčka. A pak byl vždycky nasranej, že někdo přišel ze spawnu a zabil ho do boku, když koukal do toho midlinku.
NAVI fighting their way back through here, and luckily they're quick. This is what I was going to say. They have to be quick because all that real estate is given up for free. They're going to have a lot of utility coming their way. There'll be flashes, there'll be big swings with lots of numbers behind them, and a narrow alleyway on that defuse to deny, but they're losing the fight. Xiao still alive.
z garáže, chat.
And they've got a little bit more space to start this defuse, to put the pressure on. That's exactly what they do. These players need to swing wide to confirm it's not being defused, and that battle is exactly what NAVI are looking for. It's more than half.
Aleši.
Rings out, but no! The shot's not landed! It's gonna come desperately close! Too close,
Aleš vystřel, vole. Taky angle, kámo.
This is really going to test his iron.
Jaký angle, tenhle jeho první kill, by the way.
First kill to have. He's got to be careful though, because they have already taken a lot of control towards long. The reveal is going to give the game away. 2 players found. They're still going to look to execute off this, but NAVI have got the full force here. Angel manages to close out that kill from earlier, and after a quiet start, he's already managed to find 3. But the swing back comes for GX. 2 kills. Both players already tagged up, and Ara is going to try and get aggressive. Hero is just waiting. So is Ruxic as well. He's got to be careful that he doesn't end up giving the game away, but it is a nice shot
to by mělo, kámo, to video by mělo tak 3 hodiny,
trying to
kámo.
force them forward into position, but they win the fight instead. A solid recovery from GX.
They're still going to go B with this. The option open, if they find picks on the C site, walking through garage, nothing to be found, but in goes the spike. Great time to strike, and they've got this embed for the late round. West side can have so much value from here if NAVI get too focused on retaking this big side.
Na longu.
Kradli stejný straty. They're losing everything along the way. Patient stuff from Alexic. Hasn't had to move too much in this round, and this time there is no clutch to be had. NAVI in their B side. They're going to try something over on the other side. So much utility. Angel's the one to open. Ruxic, however, goes down, and so does the rest of this defense. Angel, the last man standing again, hoping to try and hold. He's doing a decent job, but he runs out of bullets, I think. Leaving Hero with a couple of low players to find. Waiting on the edge of the sun to force him back. Now they can hold the angle, they can have the advantage versus him. Waiting on the swing, and while the swing's not even needed, Ara is just hitting everything put in front of him.
Come on.
A whole lot of support, very aggressive positioning taken. Over on the other side of the map, that operator glass cannon has been brought into effect. But is patient once again for the side of GX.
Well, push comes to shove. It's the C side under threat. Reveal back side. That shows them a lot, but Ruxic
ono stunul by the way, a nekirnul si ho.
able to find 3.
Spectra, baby.
The Spectre up against the full buy. That's not a fight I'd favor you in, even for the first. And the first was at least caught off guard. I don't know what he did to find those other 2, but
good gun.
Oh, let's not go that far, but good player. That is for certain. There's no way this round is won by West side. He just wants to find some space, save that weapon, and maybe Alexic, seeing a lot
Just brief R. You don't need vape. Můžu vidět zbraň, kámo. Ještě ne. Skoro.
With an op.
He's very close for that scope showing. There it is! Oh, he just walked out! Okay, that is an overstep if ever I've seen one.
Ty krávo!
Lost the battle on the other side
tak
of the
to
map.
bylo hovno.
This is after a GX pause, but I don't think GX have really had
Tak
to do
kozel
anything.
najmla by
I don't
okamžitě.
know if Happy just said troll, but that seems what has happened in this round, and we now sit in a 2 versus 5, where NAVI came in with a massive advantage, and GX have, well, they've been gifted
Ano, mini, bude tam Papagor, bude tam Shouty God. Zkoušel jsem překecat Muffin Goda, ale tak to je život prostě.
That was a first death. It was, so I'm saying, let's leave that out of the calculation. That's rough. I try as I might, Tom, you know, sometimes I just want to be aggressive. But I don't see a way to interpret the ideas from NAVI in that round in a kind light. Maybe I'll leave that to Mini.
Yeah, he needs to put he needs the devil horns back on for that one.
Nechte Miniho odpočívat.
I think NAVI put them on for that one. I mean, that was just a devilish play to go pushing against the knee.
Oh, okay. Dear Lord.
Máfa na vás mrdá, máfa má práci.
We're going to move swiftly on from this one. Ruxic will be allowed to far from them. We know that NAVI normally show their strength over on that attack side for the majority of maps. Obviously, we haven't got much data. We haven't got any from stage 2 at least. Zhao might go unchecked. He has.
He definitely has. I had plenty of time to cast an eye, but I'm not sure it would have made much of a difference. Trade there anyways. GX, that's a trade out of space. It's big rotations coming in from NAVI as well as they flood to fill the gaps now left on long. I love this. This is all
to dodgenul, by the way, viděli jste to? Tom shortu to dodgenul tu ultinu.
Not on the verge.
Víš, že to je fake.
Not outside it. They have fully crossed the border. They're in there. This map is wide open now for the taking.
Nice, Aleši, clean.
And another goes to Hero.
Clean.
Now this has gone from a very good position with all the control in the world to a battle they're not likely to win. Cloud alone. Everyone running it down towards him, and NAVI, they get their 5th.
Yeah, ultimately not a great half from NAVI overall with what we saw from them, but they come out with 5 rounds, and I don't think they'll be too unhappy with that. GX obviously has to check the angle. Doesn't check the angle.
Ručník mi dělá radost. Ručník chce, abych šel hrát dřív dneska. On, fela.
They've already got a disadvantage in this second pistol.
Tak.
It's a ranked play, but it's worked out. Ara been so good thus far on this map. Cloud's found one. This is winnable. Ara's on this ground. They're all pushing him down, and Ara's the wrong man to take a fight up against today. 4 kills under his belt. And another pistol for GX on Haven.
It's definitely a gap with the weaker
To je písnička, kterou mímuje jeden basketáč.
Take a little bit of a gamble. A lot of space already taken, but ODEBÍREJ found
Písnička.
a lot of battles.
ALEXIIIKÖV za 2, come on.
He does win the majority, even the trade onto Cloud as well. And an additional ore being taken. They're even going to split, eventually ending over on that A side of the map. Now both players left are sat with outlaws.
Tady to je vysvětlené. Poslouchám seniore. Gary, podle mě většina lidí to... Počkej, to nevyhrajou, že ne.
Ara's got one from top. Old pop, but Rucksik's there to greet him. Smoke
nice, Ručník.
PRVNÍ doesn't stand a chance, and Rucksik is the man. Info, but where do you hold from
Vůbec nevím,
right now? Keeping a leg on short allows you to be isolated.
Myslím, že ho tam možná
Tomasos.
Taking them so long that there's a 3-man rotate.
Děkuji Tomasos za VCT podporu streamu, děkuji. Ale Čech minus BTV.
NAVI don't have any other map control. The only thing that's held is the turret. So it's going to take them a while to clear everything if they are to go back.
And that turret doesn't even clear like a full C1. The player could have spotted them. Could be sat
they're clearing spawn right now.
These boxes. Exactly. It's just not getting
Dobré, ale dnes se selekli. Aj holka modroka.
And here it's just a pacing issue for NAVI. They had one player on the A side. Oh no, Rucksik. He's looking the wrong way, but he still gets one. Does well to do that as well.
Going back to A though. It seems like the initial ground that NAVI wanted will be given to them, but with a 4 versus 3 retake, it's definitely not going to be easy.
Nebude easy, no. Nebude to easy, ale je to duel, in moje opinion. Kámo, ta neonka, kolik dělá tam spaceu, to je humus.
Devoured the whole pack very nicely done.
Čau, Simon.
And yeah, well, for GX this round, obviously the retake itself is impressive, only allowing Rucksik the one on mid. That's exactly
why I think that Flickless and Grabinho, you're going to look at the stats and maybe not think they're too impressive, but they've definitely been throwing in a lot of that supportive utility. For NAVI, they've taken themselves a pause. Trying to switch things up. ALEXIIIKÖV again running into the blender, and they have sent.
Mini psal chat, ne, by the way, že Alešek má problém s trapama, ale teďka jsem ho viděl v trapě. Jde někdo s Alešem, co to je za spacing do píči? To byl hnusný spacing, kámo. Proč se nedomluví, kámo, o tom double speaku, tam byla i mezery jak kokot.
Quite a big task.
It's a tough one.
There's even the option to go for the save at this stage. Drone committed.
Jelnar, doslova mi není 26.
But time is ticking. Those players can be embedded deep on long. They spam down Ara. So yeah, now probably we're at the save portion of the round, and that's exactly what Cloud's going to attempt. He's got players hot in his heels, but I think he'll at least be able to make it into like a heaven.
Kámo, tohle bude tak close mapa, ale to cítím.
Secure to save that over. I was looking at the stats there as well for Ara, and the only thing that pulls him down is actually the Neon. And I think back to his debuts here, somewhere there was a lot of comfort to be found, and he's definitely found his stride now. Cloud, there's the challenge, and he is up to it. Very nice.
Ani 25 mi není, kámo.
We saw a beautiful poison orb.
Ale na turetu. 24 to není rozdíl? 24, 26 není rozdíl, kámo, to je velký rozdíl. To jsou 2 roky k dobru, chápeš? Oh shit, to jsou 2 roky k dobru. Pro mě. Come on. 23 cm? No jo. Nejsem Alešek.
Hero in the spawn.
Můžou se dostat na Champions na vino?
Unless he can find a 1 versus 5, and at this stage he's not even really going for it. Maybe hoping that the opponents will peek into him, but again, the economy of GX is not exactly thriving. They're not going to want to give too much away, and in fact, they give nothing away. It is an in-zone flawless stun put through. Already, this could be big. 2 players connected onto, and they are just getting slaughtered. Blink and you miss it. Another in-zone flawless for GX. This time the drone is only going to give them the information of one. Grabinho being spammed onto, but looks to go further, aggressive again in a sneaky corner, but it is only trades. That's not bad from NAVI. An upgrade onto the weaponry, but Xiao is well on his last legs.
Yeah, and already we've seen Flickless retake this position, so on backside you've got one of Cloud, but, well, hold on, the surprise isn't actually there! It's Cloud that is the surprise with a 3-piece, it's closed out! Third team,
to nebylo hezký konec toho tým mapy, to nebylo ani close.
They really struggled to get it started on fine.
Do víno. Děkuju Pajku za 50 jengů, jak si nás tady objevil. Nice.
Allows for the rotation. They're just trying to quickly move their way back into the
side. S tím šerifem.
That time is ticking and Cloud's done well. They need to get that planted. Xiao, last man standing, and there really isn't a safe space to try and get this in. The swing from both angles. GX recover.
Call to move back. The problem is the space that they've lost. Look at this from Arrow. Deep in mid, flash goes over, he doesn't see anyone though. This could work out perfectly for Hero. He's got more to contend with though, more than he bargained for, that's for sure, but the rest of NAVI come in to fill those gaps.
Jednou, já věřím, že Valocena ještě poroste.
It's not like Westside has just been sitting pretty. He's taken this aggressive position in towards B.
Já si říkám, že to je jakoby,
He'll find it. That gives the time for the rotation of
Když se hra toto bude starat hezky, tak to bude jenom růstnout. Kámo, Alešek 1v2.
From Ruxic. That now leaves ALEXIIIKÖV alone. You mentioned him as a highlight. He needs to deliver.
Oh, that flash is brutal. They know where he is, and there's no safe space on that backside. Another round for GX. I love that from Flickless. You're already in a disadvantageous position.
As well, though, is that NAVI, once their initial hit doesn't work, they didn't have any control.
Se cítíme koukat na miniho. A ten mini v chatu,
down early again means that's going to be the same story once more. Hunter's Fury actually committed into this one. This is a very low buy for the side of NAVI, but that ult that was building up for such a long time has been used. But now they're going to try and walk in dry. That just feels like a completely wasted ult, and they are just getting destroyed.
Ascend defend.
I can look at it from 2 perspectives here. I don't think it's as bad as the Fatal, because you're trying to close out bind. But this one here, if you get an advantage early, I can see it being thrown in. Doing it when you've lost that mid control and lost all flank control, I guess it's just a sign of desperation, but it does feel like an overcommittal of a very valuable piece of utility. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen them be ahead of the play. This time,
dobrý flash.
Very easily deal with that push coming out of Arrow.
To je co za kill na Aleše. Zatím jsem těch kódů koupil 5.
Maybe not to finish either.
Tolik koupím jakoby do budoucna. Pojď otázka.
What was looking like a pretty dire position with Xiao managing to be successful has ended. Very good spot. That TP has been stuck. This means that the flank is going to be ready and waiting. It's going to be the run through. Xiao, that's huge. And now looking to try and play for the ace. He's had a brilliant run, but he's found out that Groovy is going to take down both. Anything you could do, he could do better. And what was looking like a first ends with a 5-0
Dalo se mi to, nebo Xiao dronil podle mě, kámo, já se chci podívat. Večer může být ještě lepší večer, pomůže, když Alešek bude vyhrávat, podle mě. Děkuju moc, Sara. Za podporu přeju taktéž krásný večer. Alešek ace teďko? Šlo by? Povedz ty, Sara. Šlo by? Zatím to vypadá nadějně.
ALEXIIIKÖV is even going to be the one to plant. He's given them something to play with. Operator into his hand, but he's desperately low. A spam or two here will do the work, and that's exactly what happens. Three aggression coming in, a bit of a mistake, but when you've got West Side, that might not matter. Yet to get onto the defusal, that will force Hero into the open. West Side holding the door.
Vysnutý molík od seniora.
He's doing Ara's reposition. Bear in mind, some of the players on the other side.
Come on, fella. Vždycky vystřelíš doprostřed prostě. Hele, jak ten mozek funguje, kam všichni dělají půlku, párku. Predátor v prairie. Oh, timing. Emptikos, děkujeme za top donos zíny. Pro lepší lak. Můžete Aleškovi rychle na PayPal něco pro lepší lak. Nevím, jestli má propojený někde.
What did you say? Something about headshot percentage?
To je 6-6 by the way. 6-6 in my book. 6-6 in my book. Čas. Tohle je strašně opět, co udělal Grubíňo, chat. To je jakoby polo one way, jakoby je to strašně těžký zabít. To není to one way, ale je to strašně těžký zabít týpka, co stojí dole v tom smoku. Do nich.
Good amount of space taken. All those trips gone. Let's see what Westside can do with just the rifle in his hands. Cloud certainly good to hold the cross, but they can get Angel right back into the game, and they will do with Hero finding the double. That will not be trades. Instead, it will be a 5v3 reset with GX having to fight their way back through in the op in the hands of Xiao, already reducing the numbers of the defenders.
This round has to be a done deal. If NAVI are going to have any chance of turning this around,
Aleško netrouně to
managed to make things interesting. No charges left. That smoke will begin to fade around May.
Hodnej Alešek. Hodnej Alešek. Come on.
Give them their second. Defaulty rounds have not been working out for the Cloud though. Maybe an itchy trigger finger is going to use the ult, and well, ALEXIIIKÖV tried to react. Has walked straight into the operator of Ara, something we haven't seen too much from him thus far. With the man disadvantage, seems like already with the knife going through on the A side of the map for the defense and one coming back on the other side of B, they are starting to piece things together on the GX side.
But all depends on the position of Ara. Pressure's now put on and he is smoked out.
30 seconds
this time
left.
Westside will have his util to play around, but it's been destroyed. Time 25 seconds on the clock. NAVI need to push in. They need to claim space now. 20 on the clock. It's time to move, and there it is. Westside down. That's their trigger. The retake already attempted, but Xiao was waiting by. They only need a clear Cloud from the back of the side, but that proves to be a difficult task. 8 seconds. Xiao's on a sliver of health, and they have got no time and no players left.
Lower bracket.
Chill, Proxy, chill.
Well, that's another easy fight for Ara.
Dobrá mapa, otazník? Skvělá mapa, podle mě.
But I'll tell you what, one player certainly delivering in the moments when they need is Ara. For NAVI, it looks like not many have shown up. It's been a great series for Xiao so far, though. Even looking at that previous round.
Proč se na něj sahal? On dělal... Dělal opaskovou techniku, dělal podle mě. Čau, Milan. Jdeme kurz.
Realistically, the pistols, at least the last few, have not been going their way.
Well, round 13, your second pistol here. It's been 3 for 3 in the last ones. Last map in this for GX.
Oh,
players spotted. Well, they're certainly
huge nožiček.
Flying under the radar, but they're also not fleeing. Oh,
se blokli.
He's got the same as the last half.
That's very.
Není to defense, neboj se, ale.
Definitely doesn't seem to be lacking any confidence. He also now has the same as
Mazačka průměr toho KDA. A to je plně průměr ligy, víš? To bylo porovnání oproti ostatním.
They are locking in any players that look to try and rotate Hero. This is an unorthodox position that definitely won't be expected by Grabinho.
Tam měl červený, že jo, taky.
An in-zone flawless in the pistol round is a good way to start. Yeah, got to see how they're going to be able to deliver over on their attack side. Oh. Ready?
On nejde.
A weaker weapon and not
Tak
capitalizing.
to je haluska, má vidět tu zbraň jenom.
Not been a weak weapon.
Oj.
It's not the prettiest, but even still a trade is not the worst.
Nemají smoky.
That Marshall needs to get something here.
Alešku.
Even if it's just tags, bring some of those players lower. They're not quite
Kozel.
hitting. Well, Angels found one, but that rifle dropping to the deck is not ideal, and there's no way that ALEXIIIKÖV going to be able to crack to hit that shot. An advantage found, a 10th looking likely, and a tough retake for Hero and Xiao.
They've got to go for this 2v3. The odds aren't stacked that heavily against them. No deep clear of short. Obviously pretty happy that all three are towards the site, and as the door breaks, they have to be worried about A-main. That's always a possibility for someone to be there this late into the game, and with Cloud finding Hero now, maybe you'd think about a save in a lot of these rounds. Xiao's going for it, but the result is as expected.
He can dismantle the position.
Je tak Tom life. Klouzek svině.
Give them that post bomb. Early flash. There goes the Hunter's Fury.
Champions ještě to?
Jo!
Champions ještě odmrskáme, Markton? To by bylo nice, kámo.
Predator,
to by bylo top. Ostří ho nepálí.
9 HP, a spam from Angel almost catches him flickless onto Xiao. Numbers thinning as the attackers come up in most fights. Grabinho's still in heaven, and he will be leaving it all onto Arrow, but this man has performed in so many of the big rounds for GX, and this a chance to
jako Saro, jestli tohle 2-1 nevyhrajou.
NAVI, and he's got the first. The follow-up is there too. A Red Bull clutch for Arrow. 11 to 5. I like this for quite a while.
It's a shame that it is.
A co jako emptík? Jede se hodin.
Haven't got the rest of them. I like this. Oh, a pause called, and you just want to pick up the pace. End this quickly, move as a unit. You're up against a weaker
not like this. Alešku, zabej či s nožema, dělej něco.
This round already looks done. Within the first 20 seconds,
Ne, že by nic nedělal, ale musí udělat víc ještě.
Your opponent's something to think about. They've had the talk, they've been sat there with their coach trying to figure out what to do, and then you've just blitzed them.
Updraft battle, I like it.
Hard situation,
kámo.
Emptíku, díky moc za donos díny. Už jede se hodin mimochodem. To prostě nezničí. Alešku, Alešku. OK, počkej. Ale čas, kámo, není. Musíš halfu.
Calling. Their lifeline is fading. Well, in this round at least.
Big problems.
Do have themselves the better of the buys. I love the bait. Ara just willing to sell himself for that additional trade. And once again, they have this A-side post-bomb with an advantage.
To jsem jinxl.
Oh, that's disgusting too. Ara threading the needle. He'll be shut down eventually, but the work has been done.
Alešek má vyponaný take.
And it should be enough. They know where Xiao is already. Now they know ALEXIIIKÖV's position. They've seen the op too. There'll be no easy kills granted. Over to the rifle, ALEXIIIKÖV dash online. He needs this
nice,
opener to have a chance, and he gets it. Even gets out cleanly.
Nice, zaskoku, Aleši.
It's beautiful from ALEXIIIKÖV, but much more is asked of him. He has to hold the line as the defuse is underway, and it's ALEXIIIKÖV.
Alešek, když hold the angle, tak hold the angle, kámo.
In this round. Ara's had, again, even just think back to Haven.
Lock-in, fella.
He has been the threat that Navi struggled to deal
Lock-in,
with.
fella. Tak já jdu, vole. Mám tam mít? Tak já jdu, vole. Thinkujeme Messenger.
Thrown out. Xiao's going to be revealed, but he's safe behind the wall. The problem is he's not safe from Ara, who's going to jump through the trap to take that pick. Eats the stun. Hero under pressure now. But he's got backup.
They're going the other way, they're going the other way.
Alešku, ne.
They've taken Alexic down. It's the Blaze
Not
bomb
like
again
this.
to draw blood. Now the A site's open for business. Oh,
He's dead, he's dead, he's dead.
Not like this. Tak takovýhle konec mapy. Na judge.
It is a pay save card, Thrifty, that will end it for the side of GX and a dominant